It is 5:28 a.m. We are at the Watchman Overlook. As you can see, the sun is going to start to be coming up here in about half an hour, so I don't have enough time to actually make it to the top of the Watchman Overlook unless I ran, and can't do that. So I'm just going to film down here. I'll get the sunrise from the overlook. Apparently it's great views too, and you can still see the Watchman Peak, I think. I'm not sure what it is, but the main island in Crater Lake. So that's what we're doing this morning. Sunny and the kids are still sleeping. Good. Let them get their rest, because this would not have been a fun adventure for them showing up this early in the morning. So I'm going to get out and start to get set up, and we will catch the sunrise at Crater Lake.
Crater Lake National Park is a stunningly beautiful national park located in southern Oregon. It is renowned for its breathtaking scenery, pristine blue waters, and the unique geological feature at its center, Crater Lake. Crater Lake itself was formed when a volcanic peak erupted and then collapsed into itself, resulting in the deepest lake in the United States. It was highly recommended that we make a stop here, and we're so glad we did. The lake is beautiful and can be seen from all over in the park. It's also very pet friendly, so we got to bring Reggie along as well. We've discovered that's not always the case at all the national parks, but when we can bring him, he enjoys hiking on the trails too. As a relatively small national park, it's fairly easy to see it in part of a day, which is what we did. We only had maybe 3 or 4 hours to spend here, but we still felt like we saw quite a bit. Brandon went early for sunrise. We went to several of the different viewpoints along the lake, and we even had time to squeeze in a hike before we journeyed on. The weather was comfortable as well when we were there. It was not nearly as hot as the rest of Oregon in the summer because of the elevation. And the Rim Drive is a 33-mile scenic drive, so even if you do not want to get out and hike, it encircles Crater Lake and offers numerous viewpoints where you can just get out, take a peek at the lake. But in our family, most of us enjoy hiking, minus Brielle, so we did do some of the shorter hikes as well. Oh, right. It is a little nest, maybe. Some little web thing.
Little spider?
He said there was a spider egg up there, like the little sack. There's a white spot up there. So.
Ah, there it is.
Look at you, you're so observant.
Have you seen that?
He discovered that as he was climbing up the
I'm doing parkour.
bathroom house.
Parkour.
So, yes. To drive up here, he had some energy to burn.
All right, should we grab a map, Steele? State of Oregon.
National Park we're at?
Here, tell the camera.
Oh, wait, no, wait, we're
Here,
in California.
Tell the camera.
We're not
Steele,
Crater
come on.
Lake.
Hey, where are we at?
Crater Lake.
Crater Lake. Where? What state?
I don't know.
Yes, you
California?
Stop.
Ridiculous. Grab the map. You wanna grab it? Pull this out. The
So
entrance
tiny.
is closed today, so
Oh,
this is where they told us to come get maps.
Yep.
So yeah, here's Crater
I
Lake.
can't see any of that. The glare's too bad. There you go.
There we go. I'll van and white it up.
Well, now I think you're just the silhouette of you is through the background.
Oh yeah, I might just be like a black blob against the night.
So yeah, here's Crater Lake.
Hey Steele, come on.
All right, ready to go?
Yep.
Conquer this thing?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So yeah, we are at the, which one is this, babe? Rim Village. Pretty cool overlook area. You can see the Wizard Island, or Wizard, I think it's Wizard Island, in multiple spots and kind of from different viewpoints and vantages. Food court area. You can get magnets. That's obviously where Sunny found hers. She found it real fast too. But yeah, we didn't spend a ton of time here, but just enough to, I think, get in a few sites. I can tell we're at a little bit of elevation though. I got a jacket on, a little bit of a sweat buildup, not too bad. Sunny, of course, is comfortable in her athleisure. I'm probably taking mine off.
The sun's out, so sun's out, guns
Sun's
out.
out, guns out. Heading back to the truck, and then we are heading to the Steel Visitor Center, not to be confused with our Steel. It is S-T-E-E-L. Maybe we'll find out why it's called that. Did you get it?
Yep, although you can't really read it. I kind of over flooded the stamp.
Uh-oh.
So you can see the date, but Crater Lake is kind of all jacked up. So it's our first one in the Pacific Northwest Alaska region. So that's kind of cool, but we're gonna have to use the date to know that that was actually Crater Lake. But our Redwoods one that we do next will be in a different region. So we should be able to figure it out. Steele got his National Park Ranger badge. There is a park ranger behind.
You got the badge?
Or sorry, the book. There is
Wow,
a ranger sitting behind. So when he's done, if we come back to this one, we know he can get his badge here. There
Perfect.
might be another spot to get his badge too, though.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Here we are approaching one of the viewpoints that overlooks Crater Lake. As evidenced by my talking to the camera, I had no idea this was going to become B-roll, but I think I was remarking on how comfortable the weather was, that it was actually a little cool in some spots, but a beautiful day otherwise. The sun was out, and this was one of the biggest viewpoints along the West Rim route that you could drive. And so it was very easy to pull over, park, get out, and see the lake. It also offered good views of Wizard Island, which is the island that sits in the center of the lake. That's a small volcanic island, and visitors can actually take a boat out there to tour the island and hike to its summit. This option was not available that day, but we did get up there and look at it. Because of the depth of this lake, it's incredibly blue, and it's considered one of the clearest lakes in the world, so definitely worth a visit. Just the unique area as well as how beautiful it is. It's definitely worth a stop. And so we got out, took pictures of the kids, ran around. Steele loved burning off some energy as he often does, and he earned another National Park Junior Ranger badge. So it was a successful day at Crater Lake.
Hey children, guess what?
Welcome to California.
That's cool. I didn't know Google announced it.
Did you hear it, Steele, or were your headphones on?
What? Did you hear Google? We're in California. Oh, yay! Oh, my gosh. Ow! My rib. What?
You wanna go for a quick walk? We'll do a quick walk, okay? So this Reggie tends to try to pull, so we got what's called a gentle leader on him, and it does. He doesn't like it as much, but it doesn't really. It's not a painful thing. It just keeps him from yanking it because it'll yank his head if he tries to pull too hard. So that's what we got on him. Let's go for a quick walk, bud. right, we're recording.
Because we'll pay attention to these Adirondack chairs. They throw me back like this, so I'm going to sit up a little bit while we record. We made it to Klamath, California yesterday. It is Sunday morning.
This chair is sturdy enough to hold me.
Well, there is that. His is kind of falling apart, so we probably should have switched. We made it to Klamath, California. Beautiful spot.
Amazing. Probably the
prettiest spot.
Probably the prettiest. So there's a river right behind where we're sitting right now.
Saw a boat go by this morning.
Saw a boat. The ocean is Pacific Ocean is over there.
Redwoods.
The redwoods are over there. So it's a valley basically that runs through, as you can see. It's beautiful.
And we got a riverside spot. Like the first time we've had a spot right on the river or the ocean. We've been in places that are near water, but we've never had a primo spot. So we were super disappointed when we rolled in last night and had no cell phone signal.
That's one of the, downsides of getting spots like this, is there is the potential that because you're away from towns and things like that, and you don't have cell signal. If you work for a living, you need to be able to access the internet, because if you can't work.
I do a lot of video editing for my job and podcast editing, and so
there's a fire ambulance truck. Yeah, we heard it earlier before we started recording. We're like, we'll wait till it passes, but it looks like it was coming over here. I hope they're okay.
We came in and we could tell we were on roaming on our phones, and so we were a little worried. But we've had no issues this entire trip being able to work. The reason that we move on Saturday is so that when we get to a spot like today, we're gonna have to go find another place, and it's still the weekend, so it's not actually impacting our work at this point. It was very disappointing when we rolled in and realized our phones were still on roaming. The campground host said, he's able to stream whatever he wants. I don't actually know how that's possible, because I can't even get photos to load on social media right now.
I will say he's right next to the hotspot, and it's probably a 8 to 10 megabytes per second download, and that's good enough for most people that would be out here. But
or if you're on vacation.
Or if you're on vacation, yeah. If we had time off, we would totally stay here. But we do have time off, but we didn't plan for this to be one of the spots where we
were going to take
PTO. Darn it! I got to looking, and we pretty much this spot and the next spot are going to be right next to the redwoods, which we think is sort of the thing that's keeping us from getting good signal, right? Because national parks, you're not able to typically build infrastructure for it. You typically can't put a cell tower in the middle of a national park. This spot and the next spot, we're gonna have to adjust. We're going up to Crescent City, California, which is just north, but it's right on the ocean. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get packed up, and we are going to head up to Crescent City.
After spending several hours driving around, we were able to successfully find a campground in Crescent City, California, where we could stay for the 2 weeks we needed to rebook. We actually drove around in the campground, verifying that we had strong cell signal, and they let us choose our own spot, which was super convenient. It also happens to be a beautiful location. Crescent City is right on the coast in Northern California, and situated along the Pacific Ocean, very close to Oregon as well. So it was the perfect area for where we wanted to be. You can see the wildlife just out there calling. We actually shot this footage on our way to lunch after we had arrived and set up our campsite. And then later on, we went to the beach. The kids love the beach. They love exploring. We were excited to dip our toes in the sand and in the water. And we definitely turned lemons into lemonade here, because we were disappointed to leave that beautiful spot on the Klamath River, but we traded it in for another equally beautiful spot. It's also conveniently located near Redwoods National Park, so if you're interested in visiting there, Crescent City is a great spot. Overall, it's a cute little town with just enough technology that you need to work there, as well as beautiful locations, so you still feel like you're on vacation too.
We are at Crescent City, California. Super easy access to the ocean, beautiful beach. The water is, of course, really cold, but that's how it goes here. Super easy hike. Parked back that way, up the hill. You can see the trail there. Walk down maybe, I don't know, 90 seconds, and right here on the beach. Tons of wildlife, lots of birds. Steel is picking up grass and all sorts of stuff washed ashore. So yeah, big bird flying right up there. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, he swooped back around that way. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful area. We've got mountains over there in the background. I don't know if you can see those, but mountains in the distance. Awesome hills over here, rolling hills, nice big rock features. Steel's having a blast, it looks like. He's coming up to do something. Not sure what, but I'll go find out.
As we enjoyed the beach here, it's just another reminder of all the advantages we've experienced since we started traveling full-time. We get to go new places, see new views, have diverse experiences, more opportunities to learn, and exposure to different places and climates. It's a huge benefit that you don't necessarily experience when you're on vacation and trying to fit in everything you want to see and do in 1 or 2 weeks. We've really enjoyed the opportunity to slow down while still experiencing some really cool places and learning new things. We've always lived in landlocked states, so the opportunity to be on the beach like this, to be in the woods, to spend time together as a family is definitely worth it, and a reason to consider full-time travel if you haven't yet. We've also learned to relax a little bit and roll with the punches when things don't work out exactly how we planned. Frequent travel does require adaptability and problem solving, but it's definitely worth it to spend time in new places. And now relax by enjoying one of the best sounds in nature, the sound of the waves.